They cheered loudly, then stopped calling back. You noticed it before your mind would let you name it out loud. Something shifted the moment your life started actually working out. The texts got shorter, the enthusiasm got thinner, the silences got longer between updates. You told yourself you were imagining it, because admitting it hurt too much. These were the people who clapped first when you announced the dream out loud. They posted your wins, hyped your moves, told everyone they knew you back then. So why does sharing good news with them now feel strangely heavy and careful? That heaviness is the pain nobody warns you about on the way up. Some friends support your dreams but quietly resent your progress once it arrives. They love the version of you that was still struggling beside them on the floor. They did not sign up for the version that actually climbed out of it. By the end of this, you will see them clearly and stop shrinking around them. You will learn how their resentment shows up disguised as love and concern. And you will know exactly how to protect your momentum without burning every bridge. Watch how their face changes the second you share something genuinely good. There is a half-second delay before the smile arrives, and that delay tells everything. Real joy is instant. Performed joy needs a moment to calculate and assemble itself. You will see their eyes drop before their mouth lifts into the expected expression. That tiny pause is not in your head. That pause is data you should trust. Then comes the congratulations. Slightly too loud, slightly too fast, slightly too rehearsed. Followed by a quick subject change, usually back to something safer for them. Their comfort returns the moment the spotlight stops pointing at your growth. Resentment rarely looks like hatred. It looks like a friend who suddenly seems tired around you. It looks like jokes that land a little too sharp to be only jokes. It looks like advice you did not ask for, delivered with a worried forehead. They warn you about getting too ambitious, too visible, too different, too far from home. What they call concern is actually grief over losing the version of you they controlled. Your old self was easier to love because your old self made them feel equal. Your new self forces them to look at the life they have not built yet. And that mirror is unbearable to people who never planned on facing themselves. So they manage their discomfort by quietly managing you instead. They downplay your wins. They overplay your risks. They remind you of your old failures. Not because they want you to fail, but because they want you familiar. Familiar means safe. Familiar means they do not have to grow to keep up. A backhanded compliment is the most common weapon a resentful friend uses. It sounds like, "Lucky you, must be nice, look at you getting all fancy now." Each one is a small needle, designed to deflate without leaving a visible mark. You walk away feeling smaller, and you cannot explain exactly why you do. That confusion is the point. Clean attacks can be defended, foggy ones cannot. Notice who fishes for details about your progress under the disguise of caring. How much did it cost? Who helped you? Are you sure that is sustainable long term? These questions are not curiosity. They are scouting missions for cracks in your story. They want to find one weak spot to hold on to, so the news feels survivable. Healthy friends celebrate the win first, then ask about the journey out of interest. Resentful friends investigate the win first, hoping to find the catch hidden inside it. Pay attention to who goes quiet right after your biggest announcements. Silence after good news is a louder confession than any words could ever be. The friend who liked every meme suddenly cannot find your post about real progress. The one who texted daily suddenly needs 3 days to respond to your update. That distance is not random. That distance is regulation. They are managing their own envy. And distance is the easiest way for them to stop the envy from showing on their face. You will also notice the strange return of old stories during new chapters of your life. They start bringing up embarrassing moments from years ago, simply out of nowhere. The drunk night, the failed business, the relationship that gutted you, the old version of you. This is not nostalgia. This is anchoring. They are tying you back to who you were. Because the further you grow, the less power those old chapters have over you. And the less power those chapters have, the less leverage they quietly have too. Sometimes resentment hides inside helpful suggestions that always seem to slow you down. Maybe wait another year. Maybe do not post that yet. Maybe you are moving too fast. Their advice consistently steers you towards smaller versions of the moves you already decided. Not because they know better, but because a smaller you is a more manageable you. Listen carefully. Their counsel almost always benefits the relationship more than it benefits your life. That is the quiet tell. Real mentors aim you upward. Resentful friends aim you sideways. Let me ask you something honestly before we go any further into this. Has someone you love started feeling strangely distant since your life began improving recently? Do you find yourself hiding your wins, softening your news, apologizing for your growth around them? If yes, drop a single word in the comments describing how that distance feels to you. Your story might be the exact sentence someone else needed to read tonight to feel sane. Now let us talk about what to actually do, because awareness without strategy is just suffering. The first move is the hardest one, and it is also the most important one. Stop sharing early news with people who consistently respond with weight instead of warmth. This is not punishment. This is protection of the fragile early stage of every dream. Dreams in our infancy need oxygen, not commentary from people quietly hoping they fail. Share finished wins, not forming ones, with anyone whose energy you cannot fully trust. Let them see the result, not the process. The process is where they sabotage best. The second move is to stop explaining your decisions to people who keep questioning your direction. You owe updates to investors and partners, not to friends auditing your growth from the sidelines. When they fish, give them the shoreline, not the depth. Be vague. Be calm. Try this line when they push for details you no longer want to share with them. I'm keeping that one close until it is further along. Thank you for understanding. Notice how it does not argue, does not defend, does not invite the next question. It closes the door politely while leaving the friendship technically untouched and intact. A boundary is not a wall. A boundary is a filter for what gets through to you. Some friends pass the filter. Some friends do not. Both outcomes give you valuable information. The third move is to watch who shows up after you stop performing for them. When you stop chasing reactions, the real ones reveal themselves with painful clarity quickly. Some friends will lean in, curious, warm, genuinely happy. You stopped explaining yourself constantly to them. Others will drift, complain, accuse you of changing, accuse you of getting cocky or distant. The drift is not loss. The drift is sorting. The wrong people are removing themselves. Let them. Do not chase. Do not over-explain. Do not apologize for outgrowing the old shape. A friend who needs you small is not a friend. That is a manager pretending to love you. Healthy friends can hold your growth without flinching, even when their own life feels stuck. Toxic ones treat your progress like a personal insult aimed directly at their unlived potential. That distinction is the entire game. Memorize it. It will save you years of confusion. Here is the nuance most people miss when they first start seeing this pattern clearly. Not every resentful friend is evil. Some are just unhealed, comparing instead of building lately. You can love them from a distance without dragging them into every new chapter. You can pray for them, root for them, and still stop reporting your life to them. Compassion does not require access. You can care about someone without giving them ammunition. That sentence alone might save a friendship or end one that needed ending years ago. The fourth move is the quietest one, and it is also the most powerful one of all. Build a small inner circle of people who are also rising, also building, also dreaming bigger. 2 or 3 is enough. You do not need an audience. You need real witnesses. People whose wins do not threaten yours, because they already know abundance is not a shortage. Around them, you stop shrinking. Around them, your news lands soft instead of awkward. That is how you know you finally found your actual people, not your assigned people. There is a part of this nobody tells you, and it might sting a little. Some of the friends quietly resenting your progress are not bad people at all. They are mirrors showing you what staying stuck looks like when you choose comfort over growth. Your job is not to hate them. Your job is to stop becoming them slowly. Distance is sometimes the kindest gift you can give a friendship that cannot survive your becoming. Forcing intimacy through resentment only breeds bitterness on both sides of the quiet table. Let some friendships become seasonal. Let some become memories. Let some become lessons instead of wounds. Not every goodbye needs a conversation. Some endings are honored simply by no longer reaching back. You will grieve them. That is normal. Grief is the receipt for having actually loved them. But grief does not mean reversal. You can miss someone and still refuse to shrink for them. The friend who needed you small was never loving you. They were loving your usefulness to them. And you were never put on this earth to be useful to someone else's comfort zone. You were put here to grow into the fullest version of who you were always meant to become. Anyone who resents that calling is showing you their relationship with their own unlived life. The resentment is a confession. It has nothing to do with you and everything to do with them. So stop translating their silence as your failure. Their silence is their grief, not your verdict. If something here named a pattern you have been quietly carrying for too long alone, hit like. It helps another person find these words tonight when they feel crazy for noticing the same thing. Subscribe to the Boundary Effect and turn on the bell so you never miss the next one. Every week we decode the patterns most people spend decades trying to name on their own. In the comments, tell me which line in this video hit the hardest place inside you. I read them, and your sentence often becomes the seed of the next script I write. The next video goes deeper into how to spot fake support before you ever share the dream. It will teach you the early signals so you stop wasting wins on the wrong audience. Until then, remember this, because it changes how you walk into every room from now on. Their quiet resentment of your progress is the loudest proof that your progress is actually real.